You make everyone want to be a node holder for life. Sonny Lou, how do you make the VET token decouple from the whole cryptocurrency market? You make everyone want to be a node holder for life. Don't tell me that can't be done, Sonny Lou. Don't tell me that can't be done, Sonny. Now, some of you might be asking, why is he talking about making everyone a node holder for life? What is this? How's this conversation even starting? Why is he talking about this? Well, very, very recently, Sonny mentioned about in the year 2021, which, by the way, that's the year I'm talking about, that's going to be very, very special when it comes to returns on the crypto investment, 2021. But Sonny's talking about in the year 2021 that it's going to be very attractive. I'm paraphrasing, but it's almost verbatim. Very attractive for node holders. Very attractive. You know what would be very attractive for node holders? A steady increase of passive income. Sonny, make the Vechain token the new real estate token. Now, what do I mean by that? For example, you own 600,000, right? You make $600 a month. You own 1 million VET tokens, you make $1,000 a month. You own 2 million Vechain tokens, you make $2,000 a month. 3 million, 3,000, so on and so on. You do that. You figure out a way, okay? Because listen, your business, Sonny, Vechain, is a legitimate one, right? And you talk about being like DNVGL, being in business for hundreds of years and having longevity, right? Because you are a real legitimate business with real legitimate transactions. We know that. We know your partnerships are real and legitimate and powerful, okay? Now, make it where the node holders, for the equivalent that they have, again, like the numbers I just said, 2 million, they make 2,000 a month. 3 million, 3,000 a month. Believe me, you have already the credibility, you have the foundation. If you can figure out a way, and I'm pretty sure that you can mathematically, for the node holders, and then, hey, you get to a certain spot where you cap that out, right? Supply and demand, you make it scarce. Listen, only such and such amount of node holders will be allowed. Once we get to this point, that's it. Now, if someone sells, okay, now we got, let's say we have 300 positions open. But once that fills up, close it up and let the node holders who stay holding a node get locked in. And when they increase, if there's another position open, let's say they want to jump from 3 million to 4 million, then there's a position open. You make it again. Hey, look, the 4 million spot is open. They can make $4,000 a month. I mean, supply and demand, you make it scarce, you have the legitimacy, you have the credibility. Vechain's going to be here for a long, long time. People are not going to be scared to hold this on. In fact, people are going to be waiting in line for people to sell and to jump in. Make the Vechain token something really to be desired. Now, of course, maybe these percentages can't be reached. I'm just giving an example. But if you can make it somewhat close to those examples that I gave, you know, maybe I'm shooting way too much, but if you can shoot somewhere near around those examples, those numbers, around those percentages. For example, Matic staking, the APR is about 30%. I mean, we're talking about real money here, 30%. Call it what you want, okay? Talk whatever nonsense you want to talk about Matic. It's pushing out 30%, okay? So I'm talking about real money here. I mean, I can use that to buy other cryptocurrency tokens. I can put that money in the bank, whatever. I mean, it's real, legitimate money. So, again, this is not an attack on you, Sonny and Vechain. This is not an attack. This is just, how would I put this? This is more of a thank you that you're going to do this in the year 2021, which is not too long. We're talking about a couple of months from now. This is a big thank you, but to say that, hey, to be somewhat comparable to these other cryptos that are putting some pretty impressive percentages when it comes to staking, and Vechain is such a reliable, legitimate crypto business that I can see in the future more people flocking into Vechain, knowing that, again, this is a real legitimate business with real legitimate partnerships, with real legitimate transactions. I want to get my real legitimate capital into Vechain and let it sit there, and let's get smart money into Vechain, right? And they want to sit there and let it compound interest. And my goodness, I mean, you make it scarce, you put a cap, you raise the percentages where people will say, hey, there's actual value here for letting my money, my capital, sit here in the Vechain token, and you make being a node holder such a desirable thing that everyone is going to almost fight to become a node holder. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, right? Let's be honest, the Vechain Thor token, compared to other cryptocurrencies when it comes to percentages and returns on passive income, is not competitive, okay? It's the reciprocal of attractive, okay? This is just being honest, okay? It's the reciprocal of being attractive. But if you can somewhat get it near to some of those percentages, okay, that's why to me a Matic token and being a Matic holder is very attractive, because not only are you playing the speculative game where Matic can take off, but while you're still holding it, you're making great returns on your passive income. So it's almost like you're getting paid to invest by holding something speculative. Now, Vechain, okay, this is where I'll give Vechain the upper hand. I'm just being honest here. And you know I'm a big Matic supporter. But Vechain has this upper echelon of partnerships and entities, corporations in their ecosystem, that if you can make this, if you can figure out a way, Sonny and Vechain, where you can make it more desirable to hold the VET token with passive income, okay, then Vechain, the VET token, can be one of the best digital assets out there, one of the most desirable digital assets to hold on to. And I can see smart money, real big firms, financial firms, and investors come in and flock into Vechain and talk about it and advertise holding the VET token, not only to their customers, but to a mass audience of, like, let's say like we're talking about stocks and on CNBC, that, hey, Vechain is backed up by PwC, DMVGL, Walmart. They got connections with BMW, partners. I mean, all these legitimate things that Vechain is doing. And you make it a very desirable thing. Compound interest with a steady increase of flow of passive income for the VET tokens, for those who are node holders, which, what does that do? Brings more capital in, and you make it you make it scarce. You put a cap, right? And then whenever someone sells a node or a group sells a node, and now there's some open positions, there's going to be people waiting online. You make a waiting list, and then you figure out that process. You figure it out, okay? Figure out that way the mechanism would work, and there'll be a waiting list. My goodness. I mean, this can be done, Sonny. This can be done. You have the crypto world in your hands right now. You know you're very powerful. Vechain is a very powerful business, crypto. You guys have, again, all legitimate transactions, powerful partnerships. I mean, success is on your pathway. And my goodness, for yourself and for those who hold the most Vechain, right? It would only be in your own best interest to make this such a thing where you can just live off the Vechain tokens that you have. I mean, I think this is self-explanatory. I'll stop here. Stay blessed. Be blessed. You already know. And let's go!